Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refund. Certain call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank.
New builds or existing. Call Brayden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Life comes at you pretty fast. When you need a helping hand along the way, the staff at Petefish Skiles & Company Bank are there to assist you with your financial needs. Petefish Skiles & Company is your key to staying one step ahead of the game with mobile and online banking, giving you the power to manage your accounts, schedule payments, and even deposit checks from your smartphone. It's your time. Make the most of it with Petefish Skiles & Company, Winchester and Murrayville.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Fostered Farm Equipment has served our community since 1986, carrying the quality brands you know and trust. Now in our second generation, we are proud to continue our family's legacy of quality customer service from showroom to field. We offer new, used, and consignment sales. So whether you're working 1 acre or 1,000, we have something for every operation. Our customers work hard. That's why we work hard to keep America's farmer in the field and not in the shop. We look forward to serving our community and customers for decades to come.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank, locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Here to help you with your lending and personal banking needs. Friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Well, for the Hawks and the Panthers, they find themselves on the losing side of the bracket here this year. Carrollton lost to Greenfield Northwestern 57-42, and Camp Point fell to Liberty 63-55 in a game that was relatively close, at least through the first half, as this Panthers squad trying to find some answers, and maybe it looks like they have, especially on the offensive end, Jack, where at the start of the season, finding baskets for this Camp Point squad came few and far between.
Actually, in the beginning it was because they hadn't done any basketball playing, and so they were so involved in football, but the big part of the thing is everybody needs to understand it's a youth movement. There are a bunch of youngsters other than Elijah Gittenbacher. Caden Niekamp played some last year. They haven't had size in quite a few years other than maybe one 6'4" kid. Now they've got some size, and as these freshmen develop, they may be a handful for somebody in the postseason.
On the opposite side for the Carrollton Hawks, this is a scrappy squad. Got to see them early in the season at Griggsville Perry. Just a matter of will for Carrollton here. And they've got some athletes, Jack, that have really started to put together some decent basketball performances.
Carrollton that night at Griggsville Perry put on a show, did they not? I mean, they were fabulous that night. And they need that consistency all the way through. And I think one of the things that's important for both these teams, stay focused on the game and how you're playing offense and defense. Don't get hung up on the things that are extracurricular like the officials and that type of thing.
Time for the Farm and Home starting lineups. Farm and Home Supply, from snacks, hoodies, power tools, and lawn chairs. No other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. With the starting lineups here tonight is Mr. Jack Hull.
Carrollton Hawks, Tony Rhodes, the head coach. They're 8-7 on the season. Matt Randolph is one of the assistants. We'll do the home team first. Buddy Holmes wears the number 4, 5'10" sophomore guard. Number 10 is Lucas Howard. He's a 6-foot senior. He'll play at a forward. Carson Grafford gets to start at guard. He's 6'1" and a senior. Wears the number 12. Number 13 is Charlie Stump. Good football player, good basketball player, just a junior. He's 6'2", playing guard, and a 6'1" forward in Carter Randolph, a sophomore. He wears the number 30. Randolph, along with Stump, Grafford, Howard, and Holmes for the Carrollton Hawks. Camp Point Central is James Barnett's the head coach, Andy Eiler the assistant, 3-12 on the season. Corbin Hoosier, great basketball name, 6'1" sophomore. Is the 6-foot freshman in Luke Ippinson. Briggs Wiskirchen back in the starting lineup, a guard, 5'9", and a sophomore. Caden Niekamp plays the rough forward role. He's 6 foot and a junior. Wears the number 32 and number 33 football basketball. Elijah Ginnebacher, 6'2" senior. He had 26 the other night and almost willed his team back into a victory over Liberty. This will be a rugged one, but let's cut down on the turnovers on both sides, make your free throws and make some shots. See if we can have a dandy quarterfinal consolation bracket, see who's going to play against that team that just got a win.
A little bit of an interesting score update from around the area in the Sangamon Boys County tournament. Pawnee defeats New Berlin Jack 37-33. Who would have seen that coming?
New Berlin's just having some struggles.
Camp Point in the Road Blacks tonight with Vegas Gold. Numbers and letters on your television screen. Carrollton in the home whites tonight, Kelly Green on the home team jerseys with a C on the back and the shoulders. Carrollton wins the tip. The Hawks get the basketball to start this one first. Our second game of the night here on Central Illinois Sports. Brian Shoemaker, Jack Hall, and Mr. Maddox helping us out here tonight on the camera work. It's a man-to-end look for Camp Point Central as Carrollton tosses the basketball down. Nice dish down into the hands of Randolph, and the shot is no good. Genenbacher will bring it up the court for the first time here tonight for Camp Point Central. Gets the pick, moves it off to the right side, trying to find somebody in the paint. No one there, and he'll get it back up into the hands of Ippins. Crossover dribble, stops, gets tipped away at the free throw line, stolen away now by Randolph. He's on the run, he'll take it up. Right hand rolls around the rim and good. Randolph with the steal in the basket. Carrollton draws first blood in this one, and someone has to inbound the basketball.
Wiskirchen will step out and inbound it to Genenbacher, and we're back underway.
Full court pressure here from the Carrollton Hawks. They'll try and trap on the sideline. Genenbacher will get by them all. Goes in between 5 Hawks and gets up with the right hand and good.
Kid's got good body control, whatever sport he plays, does he not?
He is a Swiss Army knife of athleticism.
Quincy University Hawk next year.
Up and good. It's going to be a quick layup here for Buddy Holmes, one of the best names you'll see in the Winchester Invitational Tournament program. It's a 4-2 lead for Carrollton.
And he likes Christmas.
They toss the basketball down into Ippinson. Drives into the baseline. Bumps, goes up with it. A nice take there for Ippinson. And we're tied back up at 4.
That'll be a good battle.
Should be a good one here tonight. Pretty evenly matched physical stature on both teams. As with the basketball here, it's Howard. Tosses it in the hands of Stump. Drives in, runner with the left hand, rolls off the back of the rim, no good. A rebound comes down into the hands of Corbin Hoosier. Genenbacher quickly pushes it down the floor. Ippinson, cross-court passes. They try to find slashing in Hoosier. He'll kick it out to the left side. 3 is up and good for Briggs Wiskirchen. And Camp Point Central gains the lead. Lead change in the contest, or second, excuse me.
They need a shooter,
7-4.
and Wiskirchen helped them out there.
Long 3 for the answer, no good out of the hands of Stump, and the rebound comes down to Camp Point. They'll be on the run with it. They throw it over the head of of Ippinson. He didn't see it coming. Second turnover against Camp Point Central.
5:20 left first quarter. Ridge Line Sales Group, our real estate brokers helping you out.
Carrollton with the basketball, into the hands of Stump with it. Tosses it into the hands of Grafford, drives in. Back up to Stump. He'll drive in, up with the left hand as he cleared out everybody. And Charlie Stump gets a quick 2 at 7-6.
I don't know who set that pick, but it was a dandy.
Whew. He had all the free land in the left. We'll figure out the best way to say it.
Might need a dentist on that one.
No kidding. Toss down into the hands of Caden Niekamp. 9-6, Camp Point Central with the early lead here.
Caden's a fun basketball player, isn't he? He's a football player playing basketball.
That's the best way to describe it. We like him a lot, though.
He's a dandy.
Into the hands of Randolph on the left side.
He likes to compete.
Behind the back dribble. Shot up and good by Randolph. That's a tough take for Carter Randolph.
That was a dandy, too.
Back and forth ball game here in the first 4 minutes. It's 9-8. Camp Point with a lead in the basketball.
Just one lead change in the ball game. Camp Point led 9-6. That three-point lead's the biggest lead on either side.
They get the basketball down into Niekamp. Double teamed. Into the hands now of Hoosier. Shot up and no good. And the rebound collected by Buddy Holmes. Stump with it. Stops at the elbow. Cross-court pass over to Howard. He'll drive in on the baseline. Tries to toss it into Grafford. Too strong. Niekamp comes up with a steal. They'll get it into the hands of Elijah Genenbacher.
Two leading tacklers on the Central football team, these two.
You give those guys a little bit of running room downhill, and heaven helps the guy that tries to take a charge. Nice dump down into the hands of Ippenson. Shot no good. Niekamp comes up with the rebound. Back out into the hands now. It's Ippenson. Shot no good. Rebound taken down by Carson Grafford. Carrollton dumps it down into Randolph. He loses it. We've got bodies reaching on the floor for the basketball and might have a jump ball.
Carrollton basketball, huh?
We do, and it goes the way of Carrollton. Substitutions in here for Camp Point Central. It's going to be Cale Niekamp, the 6'1 freshman guard, number 5, along with Cruz Miles, the 5'9 sophomore guard, wears number 10. Substitutions on the other side here for Carrollton include number 40, Carter Rimby, the 6'2 senior forward. And who else checked in there? Number 24, Eli Rhodes, the 6' junior.
Coach's son. A lot of Rhodes' basketball players.
Carter Randolph, and we're going to have an offensive foul. It looks to be against Rhodes.
Rhodes picked up the foul, his first team first, turnover number 2 on Carrollton. Each team with 2 turnovers. New 35 on the shot clock, 3:15 on the game clock, first quarter.
Genenbacher brings it across the time stripe. This Camp Point Central squad has seen a lot of wins in the past couple of years, including a trip to the sectional championship. Shot just inside the arc out of the hands of Ippenson, up and good. Luke Ippenson with a nice long-range shot. He's got 4. Camp Point Central has 11. Hawks with the basketball. They trail by 3. Grafford with it at the top of the key, works it over into the left side to Randolph. Surveys the scene, tries to find somebody flashing in the lane. Nothing there as they'll work it back around to the right. Grafford drives in. Nice little runner from about 8 foot is good. Carson Grafford with a nice shot. 11-10, his first 2 points of the contest. And Jack, this has been an entertaining first quarter.
Yep, you're getting to know the Carrollton kids a little better. You've seen Central a couple times. That always helps.
Niekamp with the basketball. Gets it back up to Niekamp. Cale and Caden. Caden 32, Cale 5. Back up to Ippenson here. Cross-court pass into the hands of Cruz Miles. Camp Point Central moving the basketball a little bit better than we saw early in the season, Jack, as that one gets tipped away and stolen away. But this team passing just a little bit better than we saw earlier in the year, and that happens when you play football into deep November. Ball is tipped, and it's going to be a foul against Genenbacher, excuse me.
Elijah Genenbacher will pick up the foul, his first, team first in the ball game. We saw Bachholt come in. That's Colin Bachholt, also into the ball game. Tate Eichen for the first time as Caden Niekamp sits down. I'm looking for the other man to sit down.
Buddy Holmes also checked back into the contest here for Carrollton. Less than 2 minutes to go in the opening period. 11-10 our score. They try to toss it down, and it gets stolen away. Genenbacher comes up with it for Camp Point Central. Way down into the corner into the hands of Tate Eichen.
Eichen hit a couple threes the other night. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable.
Miles, baseline drive, tough take. Runner with the right hand goes up and over the rim, but he'll get fouled and head to the free throw line. Will Tate Eichen.
Cruz Miles, I think, right?
Oh, excuse me, Cruz Miles.
Got to get the guy that was called for the foul. Let's see, 12 on Carrollton is Grafford, his first, team second. Cruz Miles to the free throw line. His first one is up and too long.
McCartney Storage located on the north end of Pittsfield. A great place to store your boats, RVs, extra vehicles, and more with affordable monthly rates. There's no reason to look anywhere else. Call McCartney Storage at 217-248-0011.
Stump and Howard back into the game for Carrollton. Miles' second one is good, his first point of the night.
2-point advantage for Camp Point. Carrollton's got the basketball. Rimby with it. Rimby has grown a lot physically from his junior to his senior year.
Both teams very solid football teams, so they're going to be rugged out here and play the tough defense.
Holmes with it, back up top of the key to Howard. He'll take one dribble with 1 minute left to go here. Carrollton have a little bit of trouble moving the basketball here. They dump it down, though. Nice little pass that time. Shot off no good by Howard. It's a loose ball. Everybody fighting for it. And the officials look at each other and say, we're going to go back to Camp Point.
Cruz Miles went flying that time. Wiskirken's going to check back in. And Elijah Ginnebacher will get a rest. If you try to take him out of a football game, he might whip you.
That's about right.
And he could me, no doubt about it.
He could whip a lot of people.
He's
down
a great
to the corner
young
to
man.
Miles, and it'll get tipped out as Rimby got a hand on it, and it'll go right back to Camp Point with 39.3 to go here in the first.
You can have a kid like Elijah Ginnebacher that comes to your house. You're going to be happy to have that young man around. He's a dandy.
Long toss back up to midcourt into the hands of Tate Eichen. 14 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. This is Miles. 3 up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Rimby for Carrollton.
That's a long shot.
Long shot. Stumped with the basketball. Shot clock turned off. Holmes with it. Top of the key to Howard. Rimby inside. They look at him. Nothing there with 10 seconds left to go, and we'll get a foul by Wiskirken.
Wiskirken picks up his first, team foul number 2. 9.4 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes Grafford back into the game. They also send Carter Randolph back in. I think they got their original starters out there now, I think. Trying to tie it or take the lead at the end of the quarter here.
Howard will inbound. They get it to Grafford. Works on the right side. Ball fake, spin move, 5 seconds. Into the hands of Holmes. Runner with it, blocked out by Niekamp. 3 ball at the quarter is no good, and we've reached the end of our first quarter of play. It's Camp Point Central 12, Carrollton 10. We're right back your way with second quarter play-by-play after this.
Jersey's Bar and Grill is pleased to announce the upcoming opening of our second location at 115 East Main Street in Mount Sterling. Coming this March, you will be able to find all your Jersey's favorites, signature drinks, craft beer selection, and locally sourced beef at 2 locations to better serve you. Jersey's Bar and Grill, your hometown sports bar.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler.
Say cheese.
With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Quarter in the books, 12-10, Camp Point Central. Carrollton's 5 of 11, shooting 44%. 0 of 2 from the arc, have not shot a free throw yet. Camp Point Central, 5 of 9, 56%. 1 of 3 from the arc. They lead by 2, and they'll have the basketball. And here's Brian Shoemaker.
Fun first quarter of play. Let's see what the teams have up their sleeves for the second, or lack thereof, since we're wearing sleeveless tank tops. And we're going to get a quick double dribble there. The 4th turnover of the contest as Hoosier lost the handle on it. Hoosier lost the handle. Say it 5 times fast and come back to us. Carrollton with the basketball. Randolph will walk it across the time stripe.
Not as bad as the Hoosiers were last night against the Fighting Illini.
Goodness gracious.
That's a tail kicking.
Damon Emmerich was there.
After they laid an egg against USC.
Randolph shot up and no good. Stump came flying in for the rebound. He'll tip it out of bounds instead, and it's back to Camp Point Central as Genenbacher will re-enter the contest.
Charlie Stump was one of those guys with that oval ball that could make it go up and down the field. Ooh. Carrollton, Camp Point Central, football games that you'll never forget if you did some of those.
No. Panthers with the basketball top of the key. This is Ibbenson. He'll drive in. It's a foul on the floor, and we'll see who it gets whistled against for the Hawks.
Mr. Heaton, the referee, will tell us it's against Carrollton, and I think it was against Lucas Howard. His first, team first of the quarter.
Caden Niekamp with it. They work the basketball down into the post and right back out into the hands of Wiskirchen. He tries to drive baseline. Nice defensive stop by Lucas Howard. Genenbacher off the pick. Looks on the roll, nothing there. They'll work it back to the right side. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Genenbacher, 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds. He'll just fire it up for long range. No good, and Caden Niekamp gets the easy rebound. That's about as easy of a rebound as Caden Niekamp's going to get all season.
And the only kind I could ever get, flat on my feet.
Fresh shot clock. Wiskirchen with it. Dribbling around the volleyball line. Back to Genenbacher. Genenbacher will get Niekamp, wide open three as Wiskirchen gets the rebound. Third chance opportunity here for Camp Point Central. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Shot clock still going down. Genenbacher drives in. Shot is no good, and the rebound finally grabbed for Carrollton by Grafford.
No points in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter on either side.
Man-to-man look here from Camp Point Central as Buddy Holmes with the basketball. Tries to spin around, drives in. Nothing there as he got inside the arc. They'll dump it down into the post. And right back to Holmes at the free throw line. Grafford with it. Nowhere to go here. Nice little defensive stand as the Hawks not moving too much. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They get it up and off. It goes off the front of the rim. No good. Genenbacher with the rebound for the Panthers. He's on the run. Niekamp. Right side back to Ibbenson. He'll drive in, bullies up just a little bit, tosses it to Niekamp. His try to get to the rim, no good, and stopped as they'll get it back out to Ibbenson on the outside. Camp Point Central using every second of that shot clock available. They've got it down to 8. They try to toss it down into the hands of Hoosier. He loses the basketball, stolen away by Carrollton as Howard came up with it.
5 turnovers now on the Panthers.
Driving in is Grafford. His shot no good. Rebound collected into the hands of Hoosier.
Defense, no points for a while, and the shot clock went off on the other end. It's been doing that some.
Line change for the Panthers coming up here on the next stop of play. Stolen away now. Here comes Grafford with it. Larceny layup for Grafford. And James Barnett wants a timeout. We'll take it too. We'll give you that last steal and the layup on the Northwestern Mutual replay. After it clicks back through it. Maybe we didn't. There we go. Takes it through as it's Grafford. We'll be right back in 30 seconds on Central Illinois Sports.
This is Colt Mixer from Mixer Lumber Company in Clayton, Illinois. We have been selling grain bins for over 40 years. Our company provides years of experience, service, and quality products you can count on. GSI Grain Bins are a trusted company and are now offering their winter discounts. This is the time of year to order your new GSI Grain Bin. Mixer Lumber Company, where we treat people the way you want to be treated. Give us a call at 217-894-6412.
Knotted up at 12 as Carrollton had the larceny in the layup. 4:32 left in the half. Panthers have yet to score in the quarter, but they've got the basketball here.
Camp Point took our first Adams Fiber timeout of the contest. For reliable, worry-free internet that won't let you down, visit followthefiber.net to learn more about Adams Fiber and Adams Network. Camp Point Central tries to get it into the post. It's stolen away now. Another turnover against the Panthers as Grafford comes up with it.
7 turnovers now.
Stump with it on the right side as we are tied up at 12. We'll get that scoreboard adjusted for you.
Had one lead change in the game, and now Carrollton shooting for the second lead.
Holmes kicks it out to Randolph. Drives baseline. Goes in, tries the bounce pass. It's tipped away by Genenbacher.
Just 13 seconds left on the shot clock. 3:53 left on the second quarter clock. Panthers playing good defense, but they've got a long way to go to get that offense flowing like they had it a year ago with those talented kids that graduated.
They'll get the shot clock reset to 20 seconds here after the kick. They get the ball inbound to Holmes. Thinks about the long three. Instead, he'll top it top of the key to Stump. He'll fire one up and good. Charlie Stump from long range. It's 15-12 on the lead change. The Hawks get it back. Just like Payson Seymour in the last game, Jack, you leave these guys open from three, they're going to try and knock one down, and more often than not, they can. Kids love to shoot the three. Cale Niekamp with it, top of the key, and works it down into the corner, into the hands of Luke Ippenson. Dangerous pass to Bachhold. He'll come up with it, stops, pops from the free throw line, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Carter Randolph. Randolph's going to take it all the way by himself. Off the back of the glass, no good. And Cale Niekamp with the rebound for Camp Point Central.
His first board. Bachhold looked good on the shot, just couldn't get it to fall, the freshman.
A lot of youth on this Camp Point Central roster. Ippenson's shot off the mark. Randolph will get the rebound here for Carrollton. Howard drives in. Baseline, reverse layup up around and no good, but he'll go to the free throw line for two.
Howard will shoot the free throws. Foul on the Panthers. That will go against Niekamp, I do believe. Be his second, if so.
Genenbacher, they've got it up on the board,
Genenbacher is who I meant. Genenbacher. Howard's free throw, good.
Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper, serving Pike County since 1991. Check it out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you for Robert Otker's team at the Pike County Express.
Howard gives his team their biggest lead, 16-12, 2:47 left in the half. Panthers have not scored in a quarter. Now an offensive board for the Hawks.
Something you wouldn't normally say there. Panthers giving up an offensive rebound. With the basketball in the left corner now, this is Stump. He'll go up, tries to force it up. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Will Charlie Stump.
Foul's going to go against Cruz Miles, his first, team fourth. What I've got them for anyway. No, just their second, I guess. To the free throw line, Charlie Stump's got 5 points on the night. First one is up and good.
Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank here to help you with your auto, residential, and commercial loan needs. Give Damon a call, 217-285-4404 for Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank as Rimby will check back into the contest for Carrollton.
2:34 left in the half. Panthers have not scored. Carrollton has put up 8 points now. Stump makes the second.
Rhodes also back into the contest for the Hawks. Been a very fast-moving first half here. Genenbacher with the basketball, double teamed in the short corner. They'll have to get it back up to Miles, top of the key. Back down to the right side. Caden Niekamp looks around, tries to get it to Genenbacher in the short corner, but he is stopped with nowhere to go and now gets the basketball on the right wing. Bachhold, the man in the paint for Camp Point Central. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Miles with it on the left side. Tries to drive baseline. Fading jumper, no good. Shot clock goes off, but Carrollton gets the rebound as Stump comes up with it. He'll quickly get it up to Randolph. He'll drive in and good. Stump with the dime. Randolph with the deuce. Hawks up by 8, 20-12. Maybe their biggest lead of the contest, I think, Jack.
It is.
Okay.
On a 10-0 run for the quarter.
Bachhold with it. Tries to dump it down into Tatum Eichen. Three ball up and no good for Miles, and the rebound comes down to Grafford. Carrollton trying to continue this run here with 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Nice crowd starting to fill in here as Liberty and Greenfield Northwestern will be our nightcap in the championship side of the bracket. Stump driving in, tough take for Charlie Stump. Give him two more, it's 22-12, up to a 10-point advantage now for Carrollton.
9 for Stump, having a good first half.
Miles with it on the left side. Bachhold pops up to get it near the volleyball line. Flashes into the lane, no good there. Niekamp gets it now over on the left wing. Nice dump down into the hands of Eichen, but we're going to get a foul on Carrollton.
It'll be on the floor. Foul will go against Randolph, just his first. Fourth foul of the ball game against Carrollton, second in the quarter. 2 on each team. Here comes Wiskirchen back in. Also into the lineup is Luke Ippenson, trying to get some shooters out there. Tate Eichen can shoot the ball if they can get him to the right spot.
Long three, not good, out of the hands of Wiskirchen. Rebound collected now by Grafford for Carrollton. 39 seconds left to go here in the first half. Hawks up by 12 with the basketball. They'll also get it to start the third, barring a tie-up or change of possession. Cross-court pass into Randolph. He knocks it down. Randolph gets bumped, puts it in the hole. He'll go to the opportunity for the three-point play.
He's got 8. Makes it 24-12 now. The quarter has belonged to the Hawks. Substitutions coming in for Carrollton. Lucas Howard back in the game, as is Buddy Holmes. Nice job by Carson Grafford. Also, nice job by Charlie Stump, who's got 9 points sitting down. Doubling the score right now is Carrollton. The free throw is up and good. Randolph's got 9. 3 people doing a nice job together.
Carrollton has really done a nice job really starting to move this basketball a little bit quicker in the second quarter and finding some open shot opportunities and really just starting to convert some like that tough take for Randolph. We will get a foul here on the floor, and it's going to go against Camp Point Central.
Call that on knee camp?
I believe so. Ippinson.
Huh. I'll be darned. Ippinson picks up the foul. They say 2. I've only got him for 1.
Shot clock is turned off. 15 seconds left to go. Whittle it quickly down to 10. Holmes with the basketball and gets it into the hands of Howard, and we're going to get 30-second stoppage and play by Carrollton. We'll be right back here in 30.
9 million Americans suffer from.
Life is full of bad surprises, like interrupted broadcasts, or you get a flat tire.
I bought things later. I'm on my way.
Maybe your dog chews up your boots.
This is a chew toy. This is not.
Or you run out of toilet paper.
Who's coming through?
Or you hit a deer. But not every surprise is bad, like being able to find everything you need in one place. Your local Farm and Home Supply.
No other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
6.7 seconds left in the half. Carrollton, who scored all 15 points in the quarter, will have a chance to add to that. They lead 25-12.
They come out of the Adams Fiber timeout, toss it all the way back down to Holmes. He's going to have to race down the court with 4 seconds. 3, 2, step back 3 from the left wing. No good. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's how we wrap up the first half of play. It's Carrollton 25, Camp Point Central 12 as we've reached the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We'll step aside for a break from our wonderful sponsors here on Central Illinois Sports and get you wrapped up with first half statistics here from the Winchester Invitational Tournament on Central Illinois Sports.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator, Mojaves, and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Okay, would you rather get your presents Christmas morning or in February? That is the difference with Cascom. I'm Casey French, and we offer Santa Speed service at nice list prices. 1 gig of service for new customers for just $99.95 for 6 months, or existing customers can upgrade $109.95 for 6 months. And for a little more holiday cheer, how about free installation? Cascom, 1-800-252-1799. Merry Christmas, and may all your presents arrive Christmas morning.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week. Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Well, at halftime, 25-12, as the Panthers were shut out in the second quarter. Carrollton's turned the ball over 3 times, none in the second quarter. Panthers turned it over 7 times in the contest. Panthers are 12 of 25 from, no. They're 5 of 17 from the field, 29%, 1 of 8 from the arc, 18%, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Fouls, 2 on Elijah Gittenbacher, 1 on Cruz Miles, 1 on Luke Ippenson, and 1 on Briggs Wiskirchen. Carrollton, 10 of 21, 45%, 1 of 5 from the arc, 20%, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Single fouls on Lucas Howard, Carson Grafford, Eli Rhodes, and also Carter Randolph. We'll take a break on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime show. John's going to have scoring for you when we come back after these.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Before I started at DOT, like a real low point in my life, I just lost my house and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school, they'll pay for your CDLs. I applied and ever since then I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Welcome you back here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois is family owned and operated. Their staff will make the car buying process simple, ensuring that your needs are satisfied. Learn more online anytime at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them in person at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Jack Hall has stepped aside for a quick break, so John Hall stepping in to get the rest of your stats here in the first half.
It's 25-12, Carrollton with the halftime lead. And here's how we got to that on the scoring side. For the Central Panthers first, they were led in scoring by 4 points from Luke Ippenson, 3 points for Briggs Wiskirchen, and then 2 points for Caden Niekamp, 2 points for Elijah Gittenbacher, and a single point for Cruz Miles in the first half of play for Camp Point Central. As Jack told you, they were shut out in the second quarter of play against the Carrollton Hawks. Carrollton's leading scorer, 9 points for Charlie Stumpf, also 9 for Carter Randolph, and then 4 points for Carson Grafford, a single point
for Lucas Howard and 2 points for Buddy Holmes to get to their 25 points here at half.
Carrollton up 25-12. We remind you, coming up here next weekend, John, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be at the Quincy Shootout at Blue Devil Gymnasium and the Pit at Quincy Notre Dame on Friday and Saturday. Nationally ranked teams from across the country. You're going to see several of the top 100 ranked players in the country, including, I believe, 7 of the top 50 and the number 6 player in the nation coming up next weekend at QU. And guess what, John? It's all free on Central Illinois Sports.
Yeah, the number one high school team in the country, and Lake Academy, I believe they still are this week. I did not check that ranking, but I know they were last week.
And they've got a big matchup coming up against the number 5 ranked team in the country. That's Brewster Academy, and they are loaded with some talent as well. We'll step aside for another break here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half. It's the Hawks and the Panthers from the WIT. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school basketball here on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you planning on building? Let Pike County Lumber help. Whether it's big or small, we have everything you need. We carry all building materials like siding, roofing, cabinets, decking, doors, and windows, just to name a few. We also have plumbing and electrical supplies along with tools. From building your shop, your brand new home, or kitchen and bath remodel, Pike County Lumber is here to help. We're family owned for 3 generations. Pike County Lumber. For all your building needs, come see us in Pittsfield.
You've tried it, I've tried it, everyone needs to try it. Sugar and Smoke, 1258 West Washington in Pittsfield. Open Wednesday through Saturday at 11 a.m. Here's what others are saying. This place is fantastic in every way. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, ribs on the weekends, the best green beans, appetizers, nachos, pony shoes, pork burgers celebrating 1 year in business. Sugar and Smoke, it's time to eat. Yum! 217-922-0067.
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Carrollton up 25-12 as we get ready to start our third quarter. Brian Shoemaker, John Holm, Mr. Maddox running the camera for us here tonight on Central Illinois Sports as the Hawks will get it to begin the third quarter. Starting 5 for both sides on the court here, we do see Cale Niekamp out for Camp Point Central. Hawks work the basketball into the hands of Stump. His shot no good as Genenbacher will get the rebound for Camp Point Central, and he's going to get caught traveling, the officials say. It's right back to Carrollton on the quick turnover from the Panthers.
8th turnover on the Panthers first of the second half.
Winner will go on to play Payson Seymour in our second consolation semifinal. Coming up on Thursday night, Griggsville Perry will take on North Green on the other side of that consolation bracket in the 5:30 matchup, on Thursday. And of course, we'll have the rest of the tournament here through the rest of the week, all the way up to the championship here on Central Illinois Sports. Randolph with it, spin move on the baseline, blocked by, it's a quick 2. 27-12 our score. Camp Point Central makes their way back to their end of the floor, adorned by the Camp Point Central Panther cheerleaders who placed 3rd in the cheerleading competition. They also placed 1st in the trash pickup competition, as they do most nights.
All the Winchester people were cheering for them just to keep the cheerleaders here to help pick up.
Stump comes in, drives up and in. Tough take for Charlie Stump to 29-12. Carrollton really rolling here now through the second and the start of the third quarter. I'm going to tell you something, a little bit of an editorial comment, as we'll say here. Pick up your trash. Don't rely on these cheerleaders to pick up your trash. We are grown adults here. As Genenbacher's spin move shot is no good. Don't rely on these young ladies to do it. Pick up your own trash. And that's all we've got to say about that.
Exactly.
Buddy Holmes with the basketball at the volleyball line as they toss it over to Randolph on the right side. Stump flies through the lane. It's going to be an elbow there, and they're going to call it the other way as Stump just bullied over not Niekamp, excuse me. That was Ippinson.
It'll be Charlie Stump's team first of the third quarter, and also turnover number 4 for Carrollton.
What was that show on Family Guy? Peter Griffin would have a segment called, "You know what really grinds my gears?" We're going to have that during Central Illinois Sports as Stump got a hand in the passing lane and knocks it back out of bounds. It's back to Camp Point Central. And what's with airports?
There you go.
Genenbacher with the basketball. He will be heading to Quincy University to play NCAA football next year. Boy, the Jason Kilday squad will love to have him in that fullback role. Caden Niekamp with it. Tries to go right, instead has to go left into the hands of Ippinson. Genenbacher pops out on the baseline, looks into the post for Niekamp. He was not there. This is Ippinson, rises up, a little too strong, and Buddy Holmes will get the rebound for Carrollton. Hawks quickly push it down to Randolph on the left side. This is Grafford. Drives in, stops at the left elbow. Randolph with it, looks into the post. Nothing there as Grafford pops out. Lucas Howard, top of the key. Long three out of the hands of Holmes is no good. Flying in for the rebound is Stump. He can't finish, though, and Ippinson will get the rebound here. Or, excuse me, Hoosier will get the rebound for Camp Point Central. It has been a day since I called a Camp Point game. Genenbacher with it, drives in, spin move at the free throw line. Nice take, goes up with it, strong, no good. And it's going to be a fight for the rebound. We'll give it to Hoosier on that one as he was the last Panther to touch it. And it's 29-14 on the odd tip in.
First points for Central since the first quarter.
They work it to Randolph over on the left side. Carrollton doing a really nice job slashing through the lane, really moving hard off the picks here. They'll get the basketball into Howard. Little fadeaway shot, no good, and Caden Niekamp will get the rebound for Camp Point Central. Genenbacher, spin move, goes up against Stump, high off the glass and good. Elijah Genenbacher for 2.
He's got 4 now.
And it's 29-16. 4 minutes gone by here in the third. Holmes with the basketball. Drives into the paint. Nothing there. Loses his footing. And we're going to get a timeout called by Matt Randolph. We'll take it to 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. We're right back here after this.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Hawks take the Adams Fiber timeout. For top-notch local computer sales and service, call Adams Experts at 217-214-3423. Fast, friendly, and affordable. That's Adams Fiber.
Looks like that's their second timeout of the game.
Randolph with the basketball. Works off the pick from Stump down into the corner, guarded by Caden Niekamp. They'll try to get it into Stump. He's wrestled around, and it's going to be a foul on Cale Niekamp for Camp Point Central.
And that foul going to go against Cale Niekamp. That'll be his first team foul of the third quarter, and it'll be ball out of bounds underneath the basket to Carrollton with their 29-16 lead, 3:46 to go in the third quarter.
Stump pops out for the pick. He'll fire up a 3 from the right side. Good. Charlie Stump knocks it down from 19-9. Carrollton is rolling here in the third quarter. They've doubled the margin, 32-16.
He's got 14 to lead all scorers now.
Genenbacher to Niekamp as they weave around the top of the key. Ippinson with it. Looking into the paint. Nothing there as they get it back to Genenbacher.
Tony Rhodes a little upset with his defense as the ball kind of went awry for Central, and nobody chased after it.
Nobody really kind of moved there as Genenbacher spins into the paint. It's going to be loose now. coming up with it's going to be Grafford. And we're going to get a run, and they're going to go ahead and call a shot clock violation as Carrollton never really had a good beat on the basketball.
Yeah. So it'll be ball out of bounds underneath, or by the Carrollton bench here. If that shot would have gone in, that would have been a lot more controversial, though, wouldn't it?
It would have indeed. Just showed you that last three from Charlie Stump on the Northwestern Mutual Replay. Substitutions coming in for Camp Point Central on the next stoppage of play. Also on the opposite side here for Carrollton. They get it to Randolph. A little stop and pop off the glass, no good. Howard tried grabbing the rebound. He'll touch it last, and it'll go back to Camp Point Central as Rhodes and Rimby will come back in for Carrollton. And on the opposite side, it's Eichen and Bachhold checking in for Camp Point Central. Crowd starting to pile up here just a little bit. Should be a really fun last contest of the evening between Greenfield Northwestern and Liberty. That'll be our championship quarterfinal of the evening. Eichen, 3, no good. Stump with the rebound. The long pass down to Randolph on the left side. They'll toss it into Rhodes. Ball fake. Has to kick it back out. Randolph, stop and pop from about 15, no good. Niekamp, Cale Niekamp. It's a silent L.
Exactly.
Panthers trying to cut back into this game. They have not had a lot of good go with it here on the offensive side, and we're going to get a foul against what looks to be Rhodes, I believe.
It's going to go against Grafford, actually.
Oh.
So that'll be his second and the team's second of the quarter. I didn't even really think Grafford was that close to that play.
That's why we are not in the stripes.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that, too.
We each have stripes on, actually.
We have a stripe on.
Yeah.
You can't see what we're wearing. That camera's a pay-per-view event. It'll be tipped out of bounds and go back to Camp Point Central here. 17 seconds left on the shot clock, 1:47 on the game clock.
Shu, do you think the shot clock has really affected many teams in this tournament?
In the tournament, no. Statewide, also no. Is Genenbacher. Ball fake, no good. Goes up and in, and we're going to get a foul on the floor here against Carrollton.
That foul is going to go against Carter Rimby. That's his first and the team third of the quarter. And it'll be ball out of bounds underneath the basket to Camp Point Central.
Do I believe the shot clock affects normal game play for about 3.5 quarters? No. Do I believe it might affect a little bit in the last 4 minutes? Maybe so. Niekamp with the basketball, takes a few dribbles. Popping out in the corner is Eichen. His three off the front of the rim, no good, and it's going to be chased down. Rimby tried to get to it. Caden Niekamp beat him to the punch. Tony Rhodes urging his guys on the defensive side. Genenbacher with it. Crossover dribble. Tries to find somebody in the post. He does in the hands of Cale Niekamp. It's going to roll back out to Camp Point Central here with a minute to go. Fading shot in the hands of Bachhold, no good. Stump with the rebound here for Carrollton. Tries a behind the back, between the legs dribble that somehow got through. He got it into the hands of Rimby, who missed the layup. 45 seconds left to go, about a 15-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. And we're going to get a foul in the backcourt here from Carter Rimby for Carrollton.
Rimby's second, team fourth of the third quarter. And it'll be ball out of bounds to Camp Point Central on the far sideline.
It'll be Howard checking back in with Holmes for Carrollton as Stump and Randolph will make their way to the bench.
And now just a 3.5 second differential between shot clock and game clock.
They'll get the basketball into Genenbacher. Nice move, the basket won't fall through. And he's going to wrestle everybody down for the rebound.
He's a strong young fella.
We're not saying that the kids from Carrollton aren't strong, but we're just saying if you want to get into an arm wrestling contest with Elijah Genenbacher, that's a
Or Caden Niekamp.
Caden Niekamp.
I don't want to get tackled by Caden Niekamp. I saw him tackle an awful lot of people really hard.
Nice passes. They try to get it to Niekamp. It goes through his hands. Stolen away now from Holmes. 6 seconds left on the clock. Rhodes with the basketball. Back into the hands of Holmes. 1 second left, and it's good. Buddy Holmes knocks it down at the buzzer, and Carrollton takes a 35-16 lead after 3 quarters. We'll show you that last shot on the Northwestern Mutual Replay as they work to get Holmes open for the three. He'll knock it down. Carrollton up big after three. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter play-by-play your way here in 60 seconds.
In high school athletics, winning and losing is a part of the experience. Sportsmanship should also be part of the game at all times. That's why Farm and Home Supply and Refreshment Services Pepsi are teaming up to recognize the good sport of the week. Nominations for the weekly award can be made by messaging the Central Illinois Sports Facebook page. Help us recognize the good things about sports. Weekly winners will receive a $25 gift card to Farm and Home Supply. Again, send your nominations to the Central Illinois Sports Facebook page today.
After 3 quarters of play, Carrollton leads 35-16. Carrollton shooting 14 to 33 from the floor, 42%, 3 of 8 from 3. Central 7 to 27, 26%, and and then 1 of 10 from 3. How about?
We'll get things reset on the scoreboard here. Once again, winner goes on to play Payson Seymour, who won big over Pleasant Hill here this evening, and Griggsville Perry and North Green, the other consolation semifinal. 4 teams that might be in a pretty good spot to win this thing. It'll be fun to see how this side of the bracket plays out if Carrollton able to hold on here. Camp Point Central gets the ball to start the quarter. It's Ippenson driving in, draws contact off the front of the iron and good. Luke Ippenson with a nice take. He'll get Central on the board here with a desperately needed basket.
He's got 6 now.
Holmes over to Rhodes. Drives in, bumps into Ippenson, has to get rid of it, finds it into the hands of Carter Rimby. Nice little step back here from Buddy Holmes is no good, and the rebound collected by Cale Niekamp. And we're going to get a blocking foul as Rhodes tried to catch him, and instead it'll be a foul against Eli Rhodes.
That'll be Eli Rhodes' second first-team foul of the fourth quarter. A play ball out of bounds. Far sideline for Camp Point Central, trailing 35-18.
Those types of fouls are a little bit dangerous to take depending on how the official sees you, but one of those hustle plays that you can't be upset at when you try to get them. Step back 3 from Genenbacher is good. Elijah Genenbacher can do it all.
He's got 7.
21 to 35 our score as Camp Point Central trails here.
They need a lot more of that to get back in this game.
Rhodes with the basketball, looking for Rimby up top, tries to throw it into the hands of Grafford. Stolen away though as Cale Niekamp gets it. And Lucas Howard will kick it out of bounds.
5th turnover on Carrollton. So not really a problem there for Carrollton at all.
Randolph and Stumpf will check back in for Carrollton. Rhodes and Rimby will make their way to the bench. Both of these teams, of course, very accomplished on the football field over the past couple of years as Genenbacher barrels in, and now it's going to be a charge. As they say, Grafford is going to collect the contact. It'll be a foul on Elijah Genenbacher.
It's Genenbacher's 3rd foul, first foul of the fourth quarter of play. First foul of the fourth quarter of play. Also a turnover, the 11th against Central.
This is Grafford with it at the right elbow. Hesitates, dribbles in, tries to bully his way in. A little spin move, no good. And skying up to get the rebound is Ippenson, and now we'll get a foul on Charlie Stump.
That'll be Charlie Stump's second foul. Team second of the quarter. Ball out of bounds, links the court to go for Central.
Ippenson with the basketball. He'll walk it across the time stripe for the Panthers. Tries to get it into the hands of Genenbacher. 6:26 left to go here in our contest. Hawks try to double team. Instead, they leave open. Hoosier, and his 3 is no good. Randolph with it in the corner. 3 ball up and good. Carter Randolph knocks down another long range shot here for the Hawks. 38-21.
He's got 14 now to tie Charlie Stump for top point getter.
Ippenson drives in, gets caught at the block. Spin around, up off the glass, no good. And it's going to be a hard-fought rebound there for Charlie Stump. One-handed pass down into the hands of Howard. It goes through everybody and will head back the way of Camp Point Central as Caden Niekamp will come back into the contest.
6 turnover on Carrollton. Ball out of bounds, length of court to go for Central. Trailing 38-21 on the Ridgeline scoreboard.
Ooh. Evanson gets caught, picking up his dribble, nowhere to go, almost traveled. Panthers trying to find some sort of rhythm here in this contest. Niekamp with the basketball. Down into the corner, Ippenson, baseline drive. A little bit more collision. They'll let him play through, and Hoosier's going to get the basket.
Hoosier with 4 now, all in the second half.
Holmes kicks the basketball back out as Carrollton works it around the perimeter. Randolph with the basketball. Officials counting. So get it back out top of the key. 10 seconds left on our 35-second shot clock. Stump with it. 5 seconds. Somebody's got to get a shot off. He'll drive in. Left side shot, no good, and a big tip in there from Carson Grafford.
Grafford with 6 now.
40-23 is the Hawks. We've seen this out of this team before. They love to swarm on this defensive side and offensive side to chase down rebounds, and they get the nice tip in there. Stump with the steal. Turnover on Camp Point Central.
They're 12th.
Stump behind the back dribble, spins into the lane, tries to dump it down into Randolph. It's a loose ball. Holmes will come up with it for Carrollton. Randolph off with the pick. They dump it down into Howard. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. As we do that, we'll show you that last little dandy tip in for Carrollton.
That foul is going to go against Luke Ippenson, his second, team's third of the quarter. And ball out of bounds underneath the basket to Carrollton, they say.
We get Randolph to take it out for us here. Tony Rhodes appreciating the effort of Carson Grafford here as he makes his way to the bench. They'll get the basketball into the hands of Rhodes, back out to Stump at the top of the key. He'll work it back out to the WC in the middle of the court here. They toss it into Rhodes. Doesn't like what he had as he was guarded there by Cale Niekamp.
Cale Niekamp, a long-armed freshman.
Randolph drives in. Up with the right hand, no good. Partially blocked by Bachhold. Panthers on the run here. Tate Eichen with the basketball. 3:40 left to go in the third. Back to Eichen. He'll fire up a 3, and it's good. Tate Eichen with a great shot for Camp Point Central. A much-needed triple. It's 40-26.
Eichen's first 3 of the game.
At this point, if you're Camp Point Central, you've got to find a way to maybe get this down, John, to about 10 to an 8-point deficit. And that one was a pass that didn't go in to anybody, and instead goes past the net and out of bounds.
Yeah, you gotta score quickly though. Here you only got 3:23 to go in the game, still down 14.
Well, that's because your friendly play-by-play announcer forgot what quarter it was. Eichen misses the 3, and Rimby fights for the rebound against Bachhold. They make sure each other are okay, and we're going to get a foul that looks to be against Bachhold.
Yeah, that'll be Bachhold's foul. That's his first. Team fourth is what I have. The board has 3. We're not going to argue about it. We'll just go with whatever they say.
We'll just go with whatever the board says is law. They try to dump the basketball in the Stump. Instead, it goes off the rim, and Eichen will get it here for Camp Point Central.
We'll call that a rebound, as if it would have gone in, it would have been a shot.
Eichen with the basketball, drives in. This is Hoosier with it on the left elbow. Shot no good, and it's going to be a fight for the loose ball, out of bounds and back to Carrollton. Holmes will check back into the contest. Randolph will make his way to the bench.
Carter Randolph really does a lot of good things for this Carrollton team as a sophomore.
He's long-armed. He's pretty athletic. He's got a little bit of speed to him. Kind of a nice all-around little basketball player. Stolen away now as Eichen tries to get it, and we're going to get it tipped away, and the officials say we will head the way of the Panthers.
8th turnover on Carrollton, their 5th of the second half.
Hoosier with the basketball. They are trying to find Bachhold. He's guarded by Carter Rimby in the post. Hoosier goes up with it. Gets tipped around as Andrew Price is checked into the contest here for Carrollton. The 6'6 freshman. 6'6 freshman.
Everybody's got a 6'6 freshman, right?
Everyone's got a 6'6 freshman at their disposal here at the Winchester Invitational Tournament. Genenbacher with the basketball. He'll stop and pop a three. It's no good. And Bachhold gets the rebound. Reverse layup try is no good. It'll go out of bounds, and the officials say we'll go back the way of the white team. Two minutes and change left to go here in our second game of three for you tonight on Central Illinois Sports. We should start somewhere right around that 8:30 start time for the big contest here tonight between Greenfield Northwestern and Liberty. Should be a fun one in our championship quarterfinal.
Dribbled it off his foot and kicked it out of bounds. Did Charlie Stumpf, and it'll be another turnover the 9th against Carrollton. Central ball length of the court to go.
Eichen with the basketball. Back up to Genenbacher. Genenbacher drives baseline, tries to spin, gets tipped away from Stumpf. It'll go out of bounds.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:38 to go in the game. And we're going to have a sub. As into the game comes Wyatt Ross for Carrollton. Charlie Stumpf sits down. I'd say he'll finish the game on the bench. Finishes with 14 points along with Randolph.
Shot is no good. Rebound comes down, and Holmes will take it across the floor here for Carrollton. This is the big 6'6 freshman, Andrew Price.
Price, a long-armed young man. Looks like he's probably grown a lot and not found a lot of weight yet.
Camp Point Central has games coming up. After this tournament wraps up, they will host Payson Seymour. They'll be on the road next week at Menden Unity. And then after that, they will host Pittsfield coming up on January 28th. That wraps up their month of January before they get into the final month of the season. Niekamp with the basketball. Cale Niekamp, that is, gets it into the hands of Eichen. Genenbacher with the basketball. Nowhere to go. Long three in the corner for Cale Niekamp. No good. Eichen will chase down the offensive board for Camp Point Central. Genenbacher drives in. Three ball no good. Genenbacher fights for the loose ball rebound, and Camp Point will get it one more time. They'll turn the shot clock off. Carter Rimby still hustling here in the last seconds, and went to Hoosier though, and he'll get the quick two.
He's got 6.
40-28 as the Hawks will probably let this one dribble out. Carrollton survives. They will take on Payson Seymour in the other consolation semifinal coming up on Thursday. A 40-28 winner over Camp Point Central. We've reached the Logan Agri-Service post-game show. We'll have final numbers from this one coming up your way here in just a moment.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Shireman Memorials has been serving the area since 2014 with local and affordable memorial and specialty items production. Jason Shireman has over 20 years of experience and is committed to providing his customers with the best experience. With expertise in sandblasting, carving, etching, and design, you will be dealing with someone who has the knowledge and experience to make a memorial your family can be proud of for generations. You'll find Shireman Memorials at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield and online at shiremanmemorials.com.
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
Welcome back in the Logan Agri Service post-game show. Logan Ag with locations in Griggsville and Winchester in Illinois, Knox City, Wayland, Monticello, and Paris in Missouri. Call 217-833-2375 for Logan Ag as John Hull has a look at your final numbers from this one.
Camp Point Central finishes the game shooting 12 of 42 from the floor, 3 of 17 from 3, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Their leading scorer was 7 points from Elijah Ginnenbacher, then 6 apiece for Luke Ippenson and Corbin Hoosier. And then 3 points for Briggs Wiskirk and 2 points for Caden Niekamp, a single point for Cruz Miles, and 3 points for Tate Eichen on a 3 in the fourth quarter of play. For Carrollton, they finished the game shooting 16 of 41 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Their leading scorers were Charlie Stump with 14 and also Carter Randolph with 14. 6 points for Carson Grafford, 5 for Buddy Holmes, and a single point for Lucas Howard in the game, and that is the scoring for the Carrollton Hawks.
Time to name our player of the game, brought to you by Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this, and that's why he proudly sponsors the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. Well, a nice all-around effort tonight here for Carter Randolph as he helps lead the Hawks into the consolation semifinals here at Winchester. We will step aside and get things reset for our championship quarterfinal tonight. It's the Liberty Eagles taking on the Greenfield Northwestern Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We're right back with you here on Central Illinois Sports.